This is Shane Watson here from Boxing Social. I'm lucky enough to be joined by heavyweight big truck David Price. How are you, David?
Good, Shane, thanks. Good to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here, good to be here. You have a massive fight, the biggest fight of your career, against Alexander Povetkin. He's been there and done it all. Been a much bigger man in the ring as well. How do you feel about such a big fight coming up so soon?
It's exciting. It's what I'm in boxing for. And it's just landed on my lap out of nowhere. I weren't expecting anything like this to happen anytime soon. So I'm obviously grateful for the opportunity. And I'm just going to do my best to take it with both hands. It's a big ask, which people are aware of, but like I keep saying, in sport, many upsets have happened over the years, so I should know. I've been on the wrong end of them 4 times, you know, I've been favourite every time I've lost a fight, so it does happen. So, you know, I'm going in positive.
Eddie Hearn said this is a great fight for you because you've got nothing to lose. Yeah. Do you see the fight this way?
Yeah, there is nothing to lose, but when I first got offered the fight, yeah, that was me thinking behind it, but now I'm like, there's that much to be gained from it. I can't afford to lose. There's too much on the other side, so I want to give it everything I've got, absolutely everything. And you know, we all need a little bit of luck along the way, and that's what I might need on the night. But all I can do is everything I'm doing in the gym now, and get in the ring and put it all together, and just hope for the best, like without sounding too negative, you know what I mean?
Pretty much everyone in boxing knows that if you connect your right hand on someone, they're going to go. Yeah. Do you think that could be a big factor in this fight?
You know, I think the only person Povetkin's been dropped by is Klitschko. But then when I fought Tony Thompson, the only person who dropped him was Klitschko, and I had him down out for 9. You know, it was a long count actually. He was out for about, I think, down for like 12 seconds, I believe. But yeah, the right hand is definitely something that can come into play with any heavyweight, obviously, but big men can be hurt, and that Povetkin's no different, and I'm obviously a big puncher, so everyone would say I'm going in with a puncher's chance.
So you're saying that it's not something that you rely on, but it's definitely a great weapon to have in there?
Well, I've got to rely on everything else as well. I don't want to just go in with a puncher's chance. I mean, I'm well schooled myself. If I go in with the right conditioning, which I'm getting in this training camp, I'm going to be getting some really good sparring for this fight. You're going to see the best David Price I've ever been. Whether it's enough to beat Povetkin, time will tell on the night.
David Caldwell said in the past that you can spar 12 rounds no problem, and you've done it in the past. But it's when you got into the ring that you burnt like a lot of nervous energy. How do you plan to get rid of that kind of with your game?
To be honest, the Christian Hammer fight was a different situation altogether. I had a short training camp for that fight where I must have sparred 8 times for the fight, if that, maybe 6, 7, and I was nearly 20 stone. You know, it's alright saying I burnt nervous energy, but I went into that fight more relaxed than I'd been in a long time. I really went into that fight in a great state of mind, because I probably shouldn't have took the fight, and I knew deep down I should have probably postponed the fight, but I decided to go ahead with it. But going in, the only reason I did decide to go ahead was because I was confident I could win. I could beat Christian Hammer, but I probably didn't give him as much as respect as he deserved going off the Fury fight. But nearly Tyson Fury put a masterclass on against Christian Hammer, and Tyson Fury's a conundrum that many different heavyweights will struggle to solve. So I probably judged it badly and made the wrong decision in going into the fight. In this fight, I've been in training already for 8 weeks, 6 weeks or something. Like I said, the sparring's going to be top quality sparring. For the Christian Hammer fight, I had a decent sparring, you know, but not like world class sparring, which I'm going to have in this fight.
In the past, you've said you didn't want to rematch Contemporary and Tony Thompson again because you didn't want to give them another payday as they failed drug tests against you. You didn't believe they deserved the opportunity. So what's changed your mind in the Povetkin fight?
My personal situations changed my mind, and obviously in fighting Contemporary and Tony Thompson, the upside of beating them was not the same as the upside in beating Povetkin, you know. And I'm not taking the Povetkin drug situation as personally as I did the 2 people who beat me, if you know what I mean. And like I say, I'm not in a position to be turning opportunities like this down. For me moral standpoint, I've got a family to provide for. I've got my career to think about. Plus, when you look at it logically, which I have, because I did weigh things up, Alexander Povetkin has got way too much to lose for me to be worrying about him being on the juice. He's already mandatory for Anthony Joshua. He wouldn't risk that, you know. So I'm confident that it's not even going to be an issue, and you know, I'm just going in there, not even thinking of it.
A little bit on Anthony Joshua's always got a massive fight coming up against Joseph Parker, which headlines that bill. What's your thoughts on Anthony Joshua as a fighter? Is that someone you're confident beating now after the sparring situation happened a while ago?
Look, I'm a realist. You know, when if I was ever to be lucky enough to get a fight against Anthony Joshua, I'd go in confident to win it. But then, as of this moment in time, logic will tell you I wouldn't beat Anthony Joshua. But like I say, anything can happen in sport, and I'm really starting to come back to my best form, in the gym at least. So, you know, I'd go into it confident. But, you know, he's heavyweight champion of the world. Who am I to say that? Won a British title, lost for a European title. But being the underdog is going to suit me in this fight with Povetkin, I do believe.
Also a little bit on Tyson Fury, someone you've got a lot of history with, someone who you were hoping to fight, maybe a comeback fight or a fight down the line. How confident are you that fight may be happening in the future, and is that a fight that you would love to have still?
I'd love to. I've got a lot of history with Tyson Fury, but I've also got a lot of time for him now anyway. You know, we've become quite friendly, a lot of respect there, but if we could give each other the opportunity to make a lot of money and making that fight, then yeah, you know, obviously, definitely. But whether, I think everything depends on this next fight for me. It's just gonna, if I can win this next fight, that's when I can start saying I want to fight Tyson Fury with conviction and with real belief and realistic possibility of it happening. I can say it now, but it's not going to happen at this moment. And if I don't beat Povetkin, because what has he got to gain in fighting me? But if I do beat Povetkin, I'm right back amongst them with the big boys.
And what's your thoughts on Tyson Fury coming back? I mean, he left the heavyweight division not the best of ways, because obviously he left as a winner, and he didn't get the chance to defend his belts. What's your thoughts on him coming back into the sport?
I think it's great for the sport. He's coming back in as a lineal champion, which is going to create big fights amongst the other heavyweight champions. So, you know, I don't think we'd had a lineal champion. Klitschko was lineal, and before that, I think it was Shannon Briggs, something like that. So it's great for the sport, and it's good to see. It's good to see. You know, he's been in a dark place, and he's got himself back into the light. But he needs to stay here now, no matter what happens in his boxing career. Boxing, I think he'll understand now that boxing's given him everything, and it's given him a way back to finding happiness. But I think he'll understand that he can't just rely on boxing to be the only light in his life, because he has been through some dark times.
Tony Bellew's been quite vocal on wanting to fight Tyson Fury recently. He also claimed recently the other day that he believes he hits harder than Tyson Fury and that he's faster. Are those claims that you believe that would be true?
How could you measure it? You just have to, you know, there's no doubt about it that Bellew's fast, and he's obviously powerful, really big puncher. And because he's lighter, you could say, well, he may well be quicker than Tyson Fury, but pound for pound, Tyson Fury may be quicker than him. There's a lot of variables. It'd be difficult to measure it, to be honest. But you can see why he's saying it, because he is fast and he's hard.
And also, do you think Tyson Fury is capable of dethroning Anthony Joshua as well?
I do believe he is, yeah. I think his style's all wrong for Joshua. I think Klitschko, when he fought Joshua, used Tyson Fury, his tactics that he used against Klitschko. I think Klitschko took them on board himself a little bit. Early edgy, twitchy, and he was throwing the response every time from Joshua with the twitching, and there's no twitchier, jerkier heavyweight than Tyson Fury, and that'll keep Joshua off balance for the majority of the night. So yeah, I could see Fury run away with a punch win.
And is Tyson Fury a person that you believe that you could beat and knock out within this year?
Within this year? Who knows? Look, it's not something I've even thought about, because obviously I'm going into the biggest fight of my life against Povetkin. He's only lost to Klitschko, by the way, and he's a bit of a feared character, Povetkin. You know, many people when they fought him have actually gone in and given it a proper go. But the reason why I've been given this fight is because Sky, who are going to be showcasing it, they know I'm going to get in and put it all on the line, and win, lose or draw, I'll come out the ring and Povetkin will know he's been in the fight. So Tyson Fury and everything else is really something that I'm not even thinking about, and if I beat Povetkin, I think, can you imagine what it'll do for my confidence? So of course if I beat Povetkin, I'll be confident of stepping in the ring with anyone and knocking them out.
Okay, thanks for talking to Boxing Social today. It's good to have you on for the first time.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with you ahead of fight night, and good luck in the rest of camp.
Thanks, mate.